You're probably not going to like this one. Welcome to a punch in the face, because I've had over 1,000 conversations with divorced dads, way more than 1,000. And there's one excuse that almost every single one uses to justify staying stuck. I used it myself, and it almost cost me everything. It's such a good excuse. It feels good. It's warm. It gets you. And when you're down in the dumpster, it's just like a warm teddy bear. And I'm telling you, you and I know this, comfort kills. So I want to expose this thing. I want to have a little chat with you in a conversation. At the end, I'm going to give you 3 things that I've done to personally just hijack this thought and this idea so that you can then re-engineer it for power for yourself, for progress for yourself. So there's a pattern that emerges after I have all these conversations with dads. And look, this isn't about, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just calling it out. I'm a guy that's like in the dumps with these dudes every single day, messaging and talking. So I'm going to share that with you because it's helpful, and it's killing your progress. I want you to have progress. You want to have progress. Your kids want you to have progress. And I remember being on a call with a dad who said this. He was talking about just this lie, and he kept talking about it, and I literally like had this grin on my face, and I said, geez, that's exactly what I used to say. So here it is. The excuse, the thing that is so fearful, it's so easy, is I'll think about it. That's it. I'll think about it. The translation of I think about it, is I'm too scared to trust anyone, and I'm too proud to admit that I need help. If that wasn't exactly where I was at, I mean, that is exactly where I was at. I was too proud to admit I needed help, and I was so devastated about having the woman in my life losing that trust, shattering it. What a failure I felt like. How could that possibly happen to me? That was where I was at. I was at a place where because money was going out, I was just terrified to spend any money, especially on myself, especially for rebuilding. I'm like, well, there's so much stuff out there. There's so many great guys. There's so many great things. I'm sure I could figure it out. I've figured so many things out, but I want you to realize this, that what you have attempted to figure out, and this is what I had to have a mentor say to me straight up. He said, what you're trying to figure out has gotten you into this jam, into this hole, into this place, into this disaster. You cannot continue thinking the way you do to be able to get out of it and get you into a place where you need to be. I needed higher level of thinking. I needed a mentor. I needed an advisor. I was so scared that I'll think about it. I think about it was, I just don't trust you. I think about it is, I'm too scared to invest in myself because I don't feel like I'm worth it. I don't feel like Anthony is actually good enough to make a comeback. I want to tell you guys, and I've been saying this lately, I know you're here for a reason. You're watching this. This isn't coincidence. I'm not here for everybody. I know there is men that are in this lane that are ready to level up. You're getting a nudge. You just need some confirmations. You just need somebody to say, hey, I've been there, and I can walk you through this thing, because that's where I was at. And let me tell you this. Here's a formula that will just destroy you. It's pride plus shame plus isolation is danger. It's like standing in a burning house and saying, I'll think about leaving. That's where you're in. This isn't like you have the flu. This is like you have a virus that is consuming your life and your mind and your actions and your day. And you've got to get this thing eradicated. You need surgery to get out of it. You need a plan. You need a process and those sorts of things. And I'm telling you this because that's where I was at. And it's because these thousands of conversations, I hear the same thing from the same guys that just perpetuate this thought. And it's such an easy thought because you have been broken. You have been totally lost trust in people. Your money is flying out the door with lawyers and all sorts of things, and it hurts. And so let me give you a few things here before we run off. Listen, every month you wait, the gap between you and your kids gets wider. Divorce shatters trust, like I said before, in your ex, in the system, in yourself, and so you keep everyone at arm's length. I'm there. Even the people who can help you. Even the people you can help you. You may feel like, man, why would they invest in me? Why would they want to talk to me? Am I even worth it? And so you tell yourself you'll figure it out. But you've been saying that for 6 months or 6 years or more. And those of you that are fresh in this, please get this. Because the guys that have been there a little bit longer than you, and most guys don't ever do anything. They literally do nothing. They just think that it's going to work itself out and fix it. There's a rebuild process that will get you into a place of all the things that you're looking for, wanting to do. You just have to do the work and start to plan the course. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. You know that, and I know that. I was at a mentor's house just over the weekend, worth $500 million, and I saw some trees in his backyard. I said, wow, those trees are pretty. I said, when did those go in? They weren't too big. He said, oh, they're fresh, they're new, they're small. It was just last year. He's like, but they're already growing pretty good. He goes, man, in a few years, these things are going to be massive. They're going to be beautiful. They're going to be huge. That's your life. That's what you're doing now. That's what you're investing into. And yes, you are worth it. You can run this thing. Let me give you a quick thing before we roll out. You don't think your way out of this. You're going to have to act your way out. James 2:17 says, faith without works is dead. Faith is you being able to see the invisible. What's the invisible? It's what you don't have. It's what you're dreaming of. Say, Anthony, but I can't dream. I'm having trouble. You need to get outside. You're going to need to dream. You're going to need to start walking around. You're going to need to, 3 things I'll quickly give you before. You're going to need to change your state, your story, and your strategy to start getting there. That's a whole nother video. But you're going to have to start moving. You're going to have to start seeing. You're going to have to start dreaming. You have to do that so that you can take action for where you want to go. Okay? Look, there was a dad that joined in this thing, and I want to say it was 60 days, but man, it was within the first week. He started just implementing a system and a plan. The guy just started writing things down. He said, man, I started to do this. I forgave this person. I wrote down this plan. I started to get accountable. I reached out to my kids. I put this together. I was in the group, and I started working out the plans and the worksheets, and I actually started to do it. Instead of turning the TV on, or instead of feeling sorry for myself, or instead of escaping to work, I started to do the stuff. Life was just transformed. He's like, I can't believe it was that easy. And it is that easy if you do the work. He's got more peace of mind. He's got a cash flow, system and plan that's in place. Don't wait till you feel ready. It's like waiting for permission to live again. Nobody's going to give it to you except for you. You are the master of your ship. You control your destiny. So let me give you this quickly. Lastly, this is it. 1, acknowledge the fear. 2, take 1 intentional step toward change. 3, commit before you have the perfect plan. You're not just rebuilding for you. You're rebuilding for your kids and their kids. You've got no time to waste. This is serious. If you're done using the I'll think about it excuse, you want the system to rebuild your cash flow, your confidence, your connection with your kids. I want to challenge you, join the Ascent. Do something hard. Do something scary. Jump in there weekly with me and the other guys. Drop in accountability. Drop in challenges. Do the worksheets. Put the stuff together. Your life will transform. I believe you're here for a reason. I believe this stuff is going to transform your life as it did for me and hundreds of other guys. So God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.